Welcome to the longest running, the original, and the only trilingual Filipino-Chinese lifestyle magazine show, Chinatown TV. I'm your host, 𝐽𝙖 𝙏𝙤. Last September 14, history, cinema, and education came together at the IMAX Theater SM Mall of Asia as Bayani ba to, presented by MLQ, mga lingering questions on leaders, legacy, and liberty, a youth and educators forum that brought fresh insights into leadership, freedom, and nation building. The event became extra special with the cast and crew of the much-anticipated film Quezon, directed by 𝙈𝙜𝙖𝙑𝙑𝙑𝙑, who treated the audience to an exclusive 10-minute preview. Students, teachers, and thought leaders gathered in one space, not just to honor the legacy of President Manuel L Quezon, but also to reflect on the values of leadership and liberty that remain relevant today. Let's take a look back at the highlights of this inspiring event.
𝐽𝙖 ng Oktubre. Hindi sa isang punong bayan, kung hindi sa sinihan. Oktubre, aquí sila po! Ang Quezon ay magbubukas na eksklusibo sa lahat ng sinihan!
Isang makasaysayang pagdiriwang ang ginanap kamakailan sa Ürümqi, Xinjiang. Dumalo si Chinese President Xi Jinping sa grandeng pagtitipon noong September 25 upang gunitain ang 70th anniversary ng pagkakatatag ng Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. Itinatampok sa okasyong ito ang pag-unlad, kultura at pagkakaisa ng rehiyon sa loob ng 7 dekada. Sa pagunita ng 70th anniversary ng pagkakatatag ng Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, muling binigyan diin ni Chinese President Xi Jinping Peking ang pangangailangan ng pagkakaisa at sama-samang pagtutulungan upang higit pang maitaguyod ang isang mas maganda at mas maunlad na Xinjiang. Isang makabuluhang pagdiriwang ng V-Day ang nagbigay inspirasyon at panibagong lakas ng loob sa bansang China upang patuloy na isulong ang pambansang pagbabangon at pagunlad. Noong Setyembre 17, sinabi ni Chinese President Xi Jinping na ang mga paggunita sa V-Day ay nagpatibay ng tiwala at determinasyon ng bansa na itaguyod ang mas malakas na China at maisulong ang pambansang rejuvenation. Dumalo si Peng Liyuan, kabiyak ni Chinese President Xi Jinping at UNESCO Special Envoy para sa edukasyon ng kababaihan kasama si 𝙈𝙖𝙗𝙗, Director General ng UNESCO sa pagdiriwang ng 2025 UNESCO Prize for Girls and Women's Education at 10th anniversary ng naturang parangal. Sa kanyang talumpati, binigyan diin ni Peng na sa nakalipas na dekada nakatulong ang mga parangal at mga proyektong kinilala mula sa iba't ibang bansa upang bigyan ng lakas ng loob at kakayahan ang kababaihan na pumili ng kanilang landas at abutin ang kanilang mga pangarap sa pamamagitan ng edukasyon. Sa pelikulang Evil Unbound, muling isiniwalat ang malagim na eksperimento sa tao at sinagawa ang isang kilalang unit ng Hapon sa isang lihim na pasilidad para sa biological warfare sa Harbin, Heilongjiang Province noong panahon ng Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression. Bagamat malinaw at malawak na ebidensya tungkol sa mga krimen ng Unit 731 na nanatiling nakabinbin sa loob ng 6 na taon, ang pagsisikap ng China na maitala ang mga archive na ito sa UNESCO's Memory of the World Register. Sa 80th session ng United Nations General Assembly, pinuri ni UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres ang pamahalaan ng China sa pag-host ng isang high-level meeting hinggil sa Global Development Initiative o GDI. Sa kanyang pahayag noong Setyembre 23, binigyan diin ni Guterres ang kahalagahan ng mas matatag na multilateral cooperation upang mapabilis ang pag-abot sa mga Sustainable Development Goals, lalo na sa gitna ng mga hamon ng pandaigdigang ekonomiya, tensyong politikal at banta ng climate change. Isang makasaysayang pelikula mula sa kalawakan ang ipinakilala ng China Media Group sa pandaigdigang entablado. Noong Setyembre 19 sa London, United Kingdom, ginanap ang overseas debut ng 𝙽𝙬 13, ang kauna-unahang 8K space documentary ng China. Buong pelikula ay kinunan mismo ng mga astronaut ng 𝙽𝙬 13 mission na sina Chai Chih-kang, Wang Yaping at Ye Guangfu. Tampok dito ang kanilang 6 na buwang pamamalagi sa space station mula sa napakagandang tanawin ng kalawakan hanggang sa simpleng araw-araw na buhay sa himpapawid. Sa paglipas ng 4 na dekada, nananatiling matibay ang ugnayan ng Pilipinas at China sa pamamagitan ng Philippine Studies Program na nasa ilalim ng Department of Oriental Languages and Cultures ng PKU. Itinatag noong 1985, layunin ng programang ito na palalimin ng kaalaman ng mga estudyanteng Chino sa wikang Filipino, kultura at tradisyon ng Pilipinas. Sa loob ng 40 taon, nakapagtapos na ito ng mahigit 100 estudyante na marami sa kanila ngayon ay aktibong nagtatrabaho sa larangan ng kalakalan, proyektong pangkooperasyon at cultural exchange sa pagitan ng dalawang bansa. Muli na namang kinilala sa pandaigdigang entablado ang husay at talino ng mga kabataang Pilipino sa nagdaang 2025 World Smart Industry Expo na ginanap sa Chongqing, China noong Setyembre 5 hanggang 8. Wagi ang grupo ng mga estudyante mula sa Patinay National High School ng Prosperidad, Agusan del Sur matapos masungkit ang gintong medalya, tansong medalya at isang espesyal na parangal mula sa United Kingdom. Sa kabila ng limitadong pasilidad at pondo, ipinamalas ng grupo ang kanilang dedikasyon sa agham at inobasyon sa pamamagitan ng 2 makabagong pananaliksik sa larangan ng biotechnology at kalusugan. Isa na rito ang proyektong Violet Alingatong Premna Odorata Blanco na nakitang may potensyal laban sa mga sakit na dulot ng oxidative stress at nakamit ng gintong medalya. Isang makasaysayang yugto para sa ugnayan ng Pilipinas at China ang natunghayan sa pagtatapos ng 22nd China-ASEAN Expo or CAEXPO at China-ASEAN Business and Investment Summit o CABIS na ginanap sa Nanning, Guangxi, China noong Setyembre 21, 2025. Higit sa 700 kasunduan ang nalagdaan kabilang ang mahigit 500 proyektong pangkabuhayan at pangkalakalan na muling nagpapatunay na ang CAEXPO ay isa sa mga pinakamahalagang plataforma ng kooperasyon ng ASEAN at China. Para sa Pilipinas, naging pagkakataon nito hindi lamang upang maipakita ang mga dekalidad na produkto at disenyo, kundi maging kinikilalang puwersa sa regional trade at diplomacy. Don't switch that channel because we've got so much more when Chinatown TV returns.
Chinatown TV 最终电视台。
Welcome back. You're watching Chinatown TV with me, your host, 𝐼𝐶 𝐿. China's rich cultural heritage spans over 5,000 years at sinasabing isa ito's pinakamatanda at complex cultures in the world. With its unique customs, traditions, and practices, China has a lot to offer to those who are interested in exploring its fascinating culture. As we delve into the vast and diverse culture of China, ating kikilalanin ang kanilang mayamang kultura na nagpasalin-salin na sa mga henerasyon. From traditional Chinese medicine to the art of calligraphy, there's much to explore and learn about. Join us on our journeys and cover these fascinating aspects of Chinese culture and more as we delve deeper into the wonders of this ancient and diverse civilization. Sa panahon ngayon kung saan mabilis kumalat ang impormasyon, mahalaga ring tiyakin na nananatiling buo at tama ang ating kasaysayan. Sa isang panayam ng China Media Group, binigyan diin ni Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić ang kahalagahan ng pagprotekta sa katotohanan tungkol sa ikalawang digmaang pandaigdig. Ayon sa kanya, may mga makapangyarihang puwersa pa rin sa mundo na gumagamit ng malalaking pondo at impluwensya ng media upang baguhin ang mga pangyayari noon at likhain ang kanilang sariling bersyon ng kasaysayan. Narito ang kabuuan ng kanyang pahayag hinggil sa babala laban sa mga pagtatangkang baluktutin ang kasaysayan ng World War II.
President Vučić, thank you so much for joining us on Leaders Talk. And let's start with something exciting. You attended the commemorations of the 80th anniversary of victory in Chinese people's war of resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War. And you posted on social media not long after this event, expressing your gratitude to President Xi and Chinese friends for their sincere friendship towards Serbia. So witnessing this historic event firsthand on site, what emotions did you experience?
Today, when I was meeting President Xi, for the first time we were discussing scrutinizing it a bit longer, some issues from the past, which is important from time to time to be done. And I learned a lot from him about Chinese history. How did it start from 1931, and it lasted for 14 years, and the real hell which Chinese people passed through and the heroic struggle they took in order to free their country. And I believe that both nations are great nations. And at the same time, I expected a lot from that parade.
What did you expect?
I expected a lot, and we got more than that. And people were amazed with the event. I spoke to Robert Fico, spoke to President Aliyev, spoke to President Mirziyoyev, and
what were their feedbacks like?
Robert, Prime Minister of Slovakia, said to me, "You, Alexander, understand why this was impressive." I said, I was jubilant to see what our friends were able to deliver, what our friends were able to show to the world. And I feel, to tell you the truth, as a citizen of the world, safer and more secure after I saw that event yesterday at Tiananmen Square. And all the others were actually really amazed, and we were able to see many things, new technologies, new ordnance, new armaments, something that we couldn't see anywhere else in the world.
You were there. Looking, you are very excited.
That was a great event. All the guests were very happy to be present, and we learned a lot. And the messages, political messages made by President Xi were great. Speaking about peace, justice, insisting on that, keeping the world tranquil and calm. This is something what we need, and I believe that every single in the world might have supported these kind of messages made by President Xi.
Mr. President, you've mentioned before, and I quote here, "Our task is not to hide the truth, but to speak openly so that lies do not triumph over the truth." So, Mr. President, why especially today it is still of vital importance for us to uphold this correct view of the World War II and also to preserve the post-war international order, as you have just emphasized again and again?
We were facing, and we have had in the last 20 years, a lot of examples coming from all over the world of the most terrible attempts of revision of historical facts of everything that was happening in the Second World War. And with huge amounts of money, with dominance of their media outlets and everything else, they believed they could have fabricated everything that was happening during the Second World War and even a bit after the Second World War. And I saw the real determination today when I spoke to President Xi here in Beijing that he will never ever allow that. He'll always be very proud of Chinese heroic history regarding the Second World War in particular. And but this is our job. This is our holy task. This is something that we have to be stick to, and not to allow to people that felt differently, that acted differently, that actually launched aggressions against our country today to say that it was like vice versa and it was not happening in a way that really and actually happened. And that's why we need to print books, that's why we need to put it in our educational systems, that's why we need to speak to each other. We knew about more than 1 million of Serbs, Poles, Jews, of course, many others, but very few people knew about the real number, about the real numbers and the real level of suffering of Chinese people. This is our job. That's what we need to do together. Doing it, working on it, will conserve and will keep the truth alive, and no one will be able to change it.
President Xi pointed out in his speech at the event that China stay committed to the path of peaceful development and also join hands with the rest of the world to build a community with a shared future for humanity. In light of this, how do you envision advancing China's Serbia community with a shared future?
We have sort of an ironclad friendship, and I'm very happy because of that, because we belong to all 3 initiatives, and now we are very much supportive to the 4th initiative, which is
the Global Governance
Initiative made by President Xi as well. And as President Xi used to say, it's not the only purpose insisting on these initiatives to make Chinese people's lives better, but all the peoples and all the nations on that road, on that belt, to be much happier than they used to be. And we live better, at least partly, or it's a big part, but at least partly because of Chinese investments, Chinese support, and everything that we got from this kind of cooperation. And his messages were something that we expected. And in the Second World War, Serbs suffered the most among all the Yugoslav people, all the other Yugoslav nations, and an entire region of the Balkans and Southeast Europe. And we are proud of our history, but when you survive, when you pass through the most difficult periods, you always insist on these kind of messages that President Xi was insisting. After losing 35 million people, he knows how important it is to keep the world tranquil and to maintain peace all over the world. That's why we expected these messages, which are very important in this particular moment when we have instability, escalation of different type of regional wars all over the world, and this is why this type of messages are even more important than ever before.
How do you understand the global significance of this newly proposed landmark initiative, especially now with the global governance comes to a new crossroad?
There are 3 reasons which were mentioned why this new initiative is needed. Number 1 is bigger and better representation of Global South. We need it for African continent, we need it for Asian continent. Number 2 is erosion of everything that we have reached so far regarding international public law norms, regulations, and everything else. And number 3 is a lack of efficacy, less of efficiency, lack of efficiency in
Chinatown TV 最终电视台 Chinatown TV 最终电视台
building sustainable world, fighting climate changes, and everything that we promised to the mankind. These are three main reasons. Then, what President Xi wanted to accomplish or even to achieve is equality between the countries, between the nations. Then it's human-centric approach, which means it has to be delivered to the people all over the world, everything we speak about. And I believe that every single person, every single leader in the world can just stand behind this. Because what Chinese initiative is speaking about, it's not about ruining the current
international order,
existing international order.
Exactly.
No.
We're upholding it.
Yes, it's about renewing it. It's about reviving it, rejuvenating it. Because like I said before, I believe that everybody forgot to understand how important it was after the Second World War. And because they forgot the rules, they forgot the norms, they forgot the regulations, we came to this situation of destabilization and escalation all over the world.
You mentioned that you met with President Xi earlier today before
Yes.
our interview. If you don't mind, Mr. President, can you share a little bit about some of the highlights regarding this meeting?
I didn't sleep an entire night. I was preparing myself for the meeting.
You didn't sleep because of preparation or because of
Yes.
excitement for the
Yeah,
listeners?
it's excitement. It's an excitement because it's a big responsibility. I'm meeting the President of China, my dear friend, and I tried to learn by heart everything I wanted to tell him, not to forget something important. Yes.
To memorize everything because it's very valuable
You know,
opportunity.
because if I start reading, then I'm wasting time and I won't be able to deliver on everything I wanted to. And I couldn't sleep. I was preparing myself. And I was, nervous, waiting just for the meeting with President Xi. Then we entered the room. I saw my friend. And he was like he knew what I was preparing. He was speaking up before I even said anything about everything that I wanted to discuss it. And it was much easier for me to tell you the truth. It was very friendly, and I got his invitation for the state visit. That was the biggest honor I could have gotten from someone. Was really jubilant when I heard that, and wanted to jump from the level of joy that I was overwhelmed with, but I was like, acting a statesman. Anyway, it was really good.
Yeah, it was a meaningful conversation. And you have actually developed personal relationship with President Xi over the years, and you've called him a true friend.
Not only that. I had an opportunity to speak to him several times
Yes.
personally. Not only about politics and not only about state-to-state relationship. He is a very humble man. He is a man from the people, from the folks. He's very down-to-the-earth man. He doesn't care about expensive things. He cares about friendship and he cares about China and Chinese people. What I like when speaking about him is so decent, so respectful to the others, and so humble. I don't know whether it's a compliment here or it's not, but it would be the biggest one in my country. He is like an ordinary neighbor, like an ordinary man. You see a great man just coming from the neighborhood, acting and doing like all the other people do. And very humble, down-to-the-earth man, a man that deserves to lead China. That's what I think about him.
Mr. President, when it comes to the special bond, the special relation of our two nations, steel or ironclad is always the term that comes to mind. When it comes to cooperation, you once said that the sky is the limit. So where does your optimism and this faith in the strong tie with China stem from? What are some of the areas that you see as having the greatest potential in the near future for growth?
In the future, we see a lot of opportunities in cooperating on the most important issues like artificial intelligence, new technologies, and I asked for transfer of some technologies today. It was a big economic problem for us that steel mill in Smederevo, we were losing tens of millions on a monthly basis. We were in an economic crisis when we started begging President Xi to help us on that. He sent company 𝙬𝙗 from the province 𝙬𝙗 to Smederevo, and they took control of that steel mill. Still, they keep 5,000 people employed. They give them good salaries, good wages. They're the second biggest exporter from Serbia. They helped us in a crucial moment, and they boosted actually our economy, and we had bigger growth rate than many regional countries and that most of the European Union countries. As you can see, China was with us. It means you can build ironclad friendship in a difficult times. Friend in need is a friend indeed. That was my duty, to be always with China. If someone says something about Taiwan, that's Chinese territory, that's Chinese land, they have the right to do whatever they want. I have one principle, which is one China, which I respect. You know, I'm like, I don't have any kind of dilemmas on that, and that's it.
President Vučić, it looks like business and economic cooperation between the two countries is high on your agenda. Yes. And I heard that you will meet with at least 12 Chinese companies during your already very demanding schedule. Some already operating in your country, some, you know, have the interest to explore more opportunities.
They added 13th as well.
And there will be 4 after this interview, back to back. So I'm really curious to know, what are some of the key factors that you believe make your country an ideal destination for Chinese investments?
First of all, it's something that should not be underestimated, which is our love for Chinese people. Number 2, we are able to subsidize an important investments. Number 3, the top leadership of the country really takes care of the biggest and the most important investments that are coming from China. Number 4, I believe that we successfully created good business environment. I think that the presence of many Chinese companies is like creating new cells for new Chinese companies. They can cooperate by themselves, within themselves, and also selling everything to European markets from Serbia and to some other markets as well. And at the end, I believe that we have a very skilled labor force, very good, talented young people, which is very important. I think these are good things that we can offer to Chinese investors. If there is anything else that we should change, I'm always ready to hear it, ready to learn it from Chinese friends and to change it.
Let's talk a little bit about what is going on in Europe, because especially after the crisis in Ukraine broke out, this challenge has sparked a heated discussion in the region about building a more balanced, effective, and sustainable European security architecture. What are your thoughts on that?
I cannot and I won't criticize Europeans, but I'm not sure that they have a clear strategy on this. I can speak on behalf of my country. We are the only country that is militarily neutral in the region of Southeast Europe and Western Balkans. Now it's very complicated, and we would like to see the peace or ceasefire as soon as possible. What we need, not sanctions, not wars. But I'm not sure how this will end up, because everybody is nervous in Europe. Everybody's just arming up its own.
Sanctions shouldn't be the answer. I mean, that's why you didn't join.
Of course, because we were sanctioned during 1990s, you know. We experienced that, and that's why we know that it has never been a part of a solution. And that's why we needed this type of global governance initiative and some other initiatives similar to that.
President Vučić, one of the strategic goals of Serbia is achieving 𝐽𝙖 membership. And now it has been about 13 years being candidate country.
We have less expectations, to tell you the truth.
But what is your latest evaluation? Because at the first time, the timetable was set for 2025, and then they were pushed for 2026, and some even say it's not going to happen soon, it's going to be after 2028. What is your latest evaluation?
We are doing our job, but I'm not sure that it will happen till 2030 or even after that. We'll see. We'll do our best to do necessary reforms, but we'll keep our independence. We are not obedient to the other powers. We are very proud and dignified people, and we don't listen to the orders.
Mr. President, you are reportedly good at chess, having been a junior chess champion in the 1980s. According to my very limited knowledge of chess, this is more like a combination of art, of knowledge, techniques, risks, etc. Because sometimes you need to calculate risk. In some cases, you need forward thinking. But my question is really about your takeaway from playing chess for all those years. How does it help you in navigating the complexities that we're facing in geopolitical landscape, diplomatic as well as political global challenges?
It's not easy even for the biggest and for the strongest economically, politically, militarily countries to navigate in today's world. You can imagine how difficult it is for Serbia. I was a kid when I was playing a good chess. Now I'm getting old and not that capable, but still like to play chess. When you play chess, you need to analyze, you need to scrutinize the situation, the spot of the pieces on a table, to analyze the position of your adversary, to analyze his moves, his intentions, and then to prepare your defensive plan, then to prepare your midterm and long-term offensive plan in order to win. That's like in politics,
Right.
Internal. And in external politics, you don't have to win because the win is different. When winning, it means you create friendship. And that's the real win in international relationships.
Finally, back to bilateral relation. Cultural and people-to-people exchanges remain the highlight of our bilateral cooperation. I don't know whether you're aware of this, that many Chinese people of different generations, they know about the former Yugoslav movie, The Bridge, and also the song Bella Ciao. Farewell, my friend, is also very popular even today. Recently, China Media Group, together with Politica, which is the largest newspaper of your country, launched a column called View of China. And also this stamp is also, one of the...
Politica is the most serious papers in my country,
yes.
No doubt.
And also this one is from the successful state visit from President Xi. It's a stamp. I think you know it before. So how do you see the cooperation on that front help to enhance the mutual understanding of our two people?
It is very important. I see now in Serbia movies about China. I see your tourist guide special series on different TVs. I learned a lot about your food. I learned a lot about your provinces, just watching Serbian TV channels. I was like strolling for 20 meters, not more than that, and was meeting ordinary Chinese people. And they would say, Vučić, Vučić,
Yes, they recognize you, right?
Yeah, I'm like 2 meters.
But they recognize you, and also because you're very popular among Chinese netizens, they even give you a nickname called 577 because
yes,
the pronunciation of your name,
Vučić.
Yes, right, actually is the same with the numeral pronunciation of Chinese. Are you aware of that? And what would you like to say to those Chinese netizens?
I am aware of that. I love Chinese people. It's easy to remember this guy. He's tall, he's fat. When you see someone like that.
He loves China.
And I love China. Yeah. As you can see, I'm not hiding it. The country that I dedicated and devoted my life is Serbia. I love Serbia more than anything else in the world. But if you ask me whether I like China, I can tell you I love China.
What do you love the most about China?
It's people. It's people. I like political approach and I love people. My message to them is, Please visit Serbia. You cannot find a single man that does not like or love Chinese people. Come to Serbia, that's your second home, and I'll do my best to bring more Serbs to China, to see the popularity of a small country here, and to see how diligent, how good people are Chinese people. And I believe that these people-to-people ties are of an utmost importance. I admire your people, their persistence, their diligence, and hopefully we'll be able to create even stronger and better ties in the future.
President Wu Qiji, it was a great pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure was all mine.
Chinatown TV 最终电视台 Chinatown TV 最终电视台
Shop Taytay, in collaboration with DTI Rizal, the Municipality of Taytay, and SMX Megatrade Hall, brought us the very first Shop Taytay Bazaar at SM Megamall last September 12 to 14. With over 100 booths, this 3-day shopping celebration showcased the best of Taytay's local products, from fashion finds and accessories to crafts and homegrown treasures. And the best part? Entrance was absolutely free, making it a true fiesta of local pride and creativity. Let's relive the energy, the colors, and the passion for proudly local through the highlights of this successful bazaar.
Hello everyone, welcome to Shop Taytay Bazaar. So today marks the second day of our Shop Taytay Bazaar here in SM Megamall. So our aim for this event is to help our local industry, especially our local RTW manufacturers, to promote their products to a wider demographic, especially like not only around Metro Manila but to other nearby provinces as well. We want to help them promote their product just so that more people can see and appreciate their products.
Gusto lang po namin magpasalamat sa lahat ng nakisalit na nakiisa po sa ating kauna-unahang Shop Taytay.
You know, now is the perfect time for Christmas. Imagine nyo, nilapit nila yung Taytay dito sa Mega Mall. Pero, syempre ho, marami kayong nireregaluhan. Pumunta pa rin po kayo sa Taytay.
The Filipino-Chinese Amateur Athletic Federation held the opening ceremony of the 2025-2026 basketball and volleyball tournament. 飞华体育总会举行2025至2026年度篮球排球锦标赛开幕典礼。
2025年9月20号上午， 非华体育总会主办的2025至2026年度篮球18岁以下、排球19岁以下的锦标赛，在菲律宾中正学院隆重开幕。球赛吸引了来自21家华校参赛，在雄壮的进行曲中，参赛的600多名运动员在各校的校旗带领下依次进场。出席开幕典礼的有理事长𝐙𝙗𝙗、执行副理事长王连桥、副理事长洪金明、𝐙𝙗𝙗理事长的妈妈施书豪、匹克球协菲律宾总经理李忠明、嘉南中学董事长施祥云、临桂学院董事长陈洪涛、常务理事林海丽、施荣东、陈玉清、陈玉婷、林承洲、篮球委员会主任蔡俊佩、排球委员会主任陈世杰、卢约安、许金凤、柯明生、吴仲瑜和10多位学校校长和管理员等。首先，由菲律宾中正学院副院长施燕妮代表学院欢迎体总领导和各学校代表和队员。体总理事长𝐙𝙗𝙗在致辞中指出，篮球比赛强调团队合作与协调，运动员需要学会在比赛中与队友配合。这有助于培养社交技巧和团队精神。比赛提供了公平竞争的机会，运动员可以透过努力和训练来提高自己的技能，并在场上展现实力。篮球比赛是发掘和培养未来运动员的重要途径。许多职业球员都是从地方赛事或学校比赛中成长起来的。后任副理事长陈玉婷为球员监事，勉励球员们要守护运动精神，以最完美的竞技状态来完成每一场比赛。最后，由执行副理事长王连桥宣布球赛开始，副秘书长林海丽担任主持人。非中新闻台综合报道。
有利东方旅游有限公司 𝑽𝑛𝑖𝑟 Travel Incorporated。
The Chinese General Hospital and Medical Center held the RoboCare Surgical Center's 3rd anniversary and 500 case milestone. 中华崇仁总医院暨医学中心举行机器人辅助手术中心3周年庆及500例手术里程碑。
2025年9月23号下午，中华崇仁总医院暨医学中心机器人辅助手术中心成立3周年暨500例手术成功里程碑庆典，在中华崇仁总医院6楼大礼堂隆重举行。菲律宾中华总商会、菲律宾华侨善举总会及中华崇仁总医院及医学中心领导、机器人辅助手术中心医师、护士及患者代表、媒体、嘉宾等出席庆典仪式，场面庄严隆重，气氛热烈。中华崇仁总医院暨医学中心总裁兼行政总理谢明洲致欢迎词。他表示，此次庆典不仅是院方的重要纪念日，更是医院承袭130年历史与创新精神的见证。他回顾机器人辅助手术中心自2022年成立以来的成就，并表示3年内完成500例手术的成果，验证了领导层当初果敢投资的正确决定。他强调，未来将继续引入单孔系统、远程手术及人工智能整合等新技术，推动精准与人文关怀并重的发展。菲律宾华侨善举总会董事长卢祖印在致辞中表示，3年前，中华崇仁总医院勇敢迈出一步，将世界级的机器人辅助手术技术引进菲律宾。这不仅推动了医疗创新，也让医院跃升至国家医疗前沿。他盛赞中华崇仁总医院在短短3年间完成500例机器人辅助手术，表示每一个康复的患者不仅是科技与专业的胜利，更是人心与希望的体现。他勉励医院团队 继续推动创新与人性化关怀结合，造福更多病患。院长洪恒生医学博士在发表讲话时表示，机器人辅助手术中心3年来的发展，离不开全体医疗团队的专业精神与无私奉献。随着500例成功手术的完成，医院未来将持续推动创新，积极引进新技术，并加强培养年轻医师，确保这项医疗能够持续深化与拓展。在学术分享与临床经验活动中，多位医师与护理人员分享经验，其中包括郑志强医学博士的普通外科专题演讲，杨佩仁医学博士的妇产科专题演讲，拉萨纳医学博士的泌尿外科专题演讲，以及陈琳琳医学博士关于麻醉与机器人辅助手术安全的演讲。康习商则介绍了护理人员在机器人辅助手术中的角色。最后，临床运营兼机器人辅助手术中心主任李杰顺医学博士以我们的机器人辅助手术发展历程与转型做总结，回顾中心成立以来的历程与转型。现场也安排患者亲身分享术后康复的故事，见证技术与人心融合下的成果，令与会者深受感动。Chinatown News 非中新闻台综合报道。
The 𝐽𝙗𝐿 College held a recognition program for the passers in Certified Public Accountant Licensure Examination and Licensure Examination for Professional Teachers. 菲律宾中正学院举行新科会计师及教师表彰大会。
2025年8月30日，菲律宾中正学院在 Nara 校区盛大举行新科会计师及教师表彰大会，庆祝该校毕业生在2024年12月及2025年5月菲律宾公共会计师会考以及2024年9月菲律宾专业教师执照考试中取得卓越的成绩。现场嘉宾云集，董事会及校友总会成员、学校行政主管、教职员及地学生及家长齐聚一堂，共同见证这份荣耀。胡志宏老师担任司仪。首先，管理学院院长桑多瓦尔在致辞中强调会计师头衔所承载的专业责任，并指出诚信与专业是会计行业的基石。典礼的重头戏是为新科及格人员颁发学校认可证书。本届该校共有41位通过会计师会考及4位通过专业教师考试获得表彰。颁奖分3批进行，由大学部总主任于丽美协助，董事会成员亲自上台授予。第一批由名誉董事长张兆宁及名誉董事长陈义维颁发，第二批由执行副董事长郭树元及副董事长李贤策颁发，第3批则由副董事长许俊荣及董事曾国祥颁发。多位校方领导及校友嘉宾亦亲临祝贺，包括副校长蔡征勇博士、注册主任许根吉、各部门主任及负责人邓成谦、庄仁仁、黄世宏，校友总会副会长施玉娥等。校长叶启明博士在致辞中指出，该校今年的会计师考试合格率达50%，远高于全国33.11%的平均合格率。在教师执照考试方面，学校更创下100%的合格率，并在过去5年持续超越全国平均水平。他勉励各位毕业生肩负起推动国家经济发展、培育下一代的使命。随后，4位通过政府会考者代表分享了他们励志的备考历程。蔡培巧讲述了从会计专业转向教育，并找到人生使命的心路历程。在会计师考试中荣获第14名的比塔拉讲述了如何在中正学院奖学金的支持下克服经济困难、奋发向上的感人故事。名列第15的杜娜娜分享了她在中正重燃对会计的热情，并成功圆梦的过程。徐有利分享了社会对中正学院会计专业的高度认可，并对母校表达感激之情。最后， 教育艺术科技学院院长内里博士致闭幕词。他强调，成功来自群体的共同努力，并精辟阐释中正的深层含义。C 代表能力，K 代表知识，S 代表服务。表彰大会在热烈的氛围中圆满结束。Chinatown News 非中新闻台综合报道。
有利东方旅游有限公司 Undrian Travel Incorporated。
The Association of Chinese Filipino Schools in the Philippines Retired Teachers and Staff Association held a celebration of Teachers' Day and Mid-Autumn Festival。非华校联退休教职员联谊会举行庆祝教师节暨中秋节联欢大会。
2025年9月20日下午2点，非华校联退休教职员联谊会甲座商总1楼大礼堂隆重举行庆祝教师节暨中秋节联欢会。现场向400多位与会的华文退休教师颁发了由华社团体及热心人士慷慨捐赠的华社尊师重道奖励金，让退休教师们在双节之际既感受到团圆之乐，更收获了来自华社的深切关怀。康乐主任𝘽𝙖𝙮𝙗 担任大会司仪。非华校联退休教职员联谊会会长徐丽荣在致辞中特别感谢商总提供场地，感谢校联发起华社尊师重道奖励金项目，感谢侨社各团体及热心人士的慷慨捐赠，感谢校联长期以来对退休老师的关心与照顾，不但给退休老师们颁发奖励金，还让他们在会所举办歌舞活动。商总副理事长兼文教督导洪建雄在致辞时表示，华文教师劳苦功高，为弘扬中华文化肩负重任，坚守岗位，对教育工作全力以赴，尽心尽力，无私奉献。希望非华社会能够形成尊师重道的优良风气，让老师们能享有崇高的社会地位，让他们度过一个安乐的晚年。非华校联常务理事黄婉蓉校长在致辞中表示，退休老师一生在华文教育事业上兢兢业业，无私奉献，用自己的青春年华换来了桃李芬芳，在弘扬和传承优秀的中华文化方面做出了自己的贡献。校联将会在关心和重视退休老师生活的基础上，多做一些力所能及的事情。非华校联退休教职员联谊会荣誉会长徐丽荣在致辞时说，退休老师虽然已经离开岗位，但那份对教育的热忱、对师生的情谊，从未因退休而褪色。他向长期关心支持退休老师的商总和校联领导们，以及慷慨解囊的各界爱心人士，表达最衷心的感谢。当天下午，在场的每位退休教师都获得了1万披索的奖励金，这让他们深受感动。除此之外，每位退休老师还获得了顾问佘明听、苏罗莎贤伉俪捐赠的拐杖雨伞1把。此次中秋活动为了方便老年人操作，没有采用传统的摇骰子博状元方式，而是采取了抽奖的方式，每桌20人，每人抽取1份奖品。整场活动中，退休教师们兴致高昂，即使行动不便也全程参与。除了领取奖励金，他们更珍惜与老同事重逢的时光，彼此诉说近况，畅叙离别之情，热闹又温情的场面成为了双节里最动人的风景。当天未能亲临现场领取奖励金的退休老师们，可以在9月25号、26号2天，从上午9点半至下午4点半到校联补领。如无法亲自前往，可委托他人持授权委托书，委托人及被委托人的身份证复印件代领。Chinatown News 非中新闻台综合报道。
The Federation of Filipino Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry Incorporated, in collaboration with the Federation of Filipino Chinese Textile Industries Incorporated, held a free medical mission in front of the 168 shopping mall in the Chinatown district. 非华商联总会应非华布商工会邀请， 在民视华人区一路发商场前面举行义诊施药服务。
为弘扬乐善好施、助弱扶贫之中华传统美德，以及发挥大爱无疆、同舟共济之慈善精神，非华商联总会社会责任委员会在理事长林荣辉指示下，应非华布商工会邀请，于2025年9月14号上午，配合他们在民视华人区树日街一路发商场前面举办一场义诊施药服务，惠及邻近一带基层民众。当天义诊工作由商总义诊队医生主持，共有4名医生和10名牙医师参与。义诊活动不但为当地居民送去了保健服务和关怀，更向他们弘扬了中华民族的大爱善行精神。义诊现场热烈而温馨，病患井然有序，等候施诊。是日，非华布商工会诸领导配合商总社会责任副主任吴良顺、理事蔡宗俊、聘任委员杨继成和办公厅主任林杨雪晴共同参与。商总办公厅多位职工亦出席参与帮忙。当天共向450名病患施诊，及向97名牙科患者拔牙，并分发185副老花眼镜，合计732人受惠。同时，商总副理事长兼社会责任督导王连桥亦向病患赠送其企业生产的吉比牌运动鞋。
This year, nagsagawa po tayo ng libreng gamutan or Operation Mobile Clinic. Sana maging yearly event po to.
非华商联总会重视义诊工作，设有社会责任委员会，每逢星期日均派遣医疗队前往各地区为基层民众服务，特别是平民聚居区或是受灾地区，深得各地区政府部门和基层民众的赞誉。义诊活动是一项国民外交工作，促进华非两族群的友好关系及和睦相处。非中新闻台综合报道。
The Federation of Filipino-Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry Incorporated turned over 30 units of Yamaha NMAX motorcycle patrol cars to Manila City Mayor 𝐼𝐶 Moreno. 非华商联总会向马尼拉市长𝐼𝐶 Moreno 移交30辆 Yamaha NMAX 摩托巡逻车。
2025年9月15日上午7点，非华商联总会诸领导在理事长林荣辉率领下，受邀参加马尼拉市政府每周一在市政厅外面举行的例行升旗礼。在场的市政府长官有正副市长、各部门官员、市议员和市政厅职工。马尼拉市市长莫雷诺致辞中向大家简述市政府近几个月所推动的各项工作以及所遇到的各项问题。升旗礼完毕后，商总诸领导前往马尼拉市政厅，与莫雷诺市长签署捐献契约，向其移交该会捐赠的30辆雅马哈 NMX 摩托巡逻车。莫雷诺市长感谢商总一直以来大力支持民市政府的各项政策。他表示，在商总捐赠的30辆摩托巡逻车的协助下，民警区的员警将能够追上那些通过双人骑行作案的罪犯，将他们绳之以法。他补充道，市政府将向非国警民警区分配这些摩托巡逻车，民警区的所有警站都将获分配到该批摩托巡逻车，以加强员警们在街上巡逻。该会出席领导有理事长林荣辉、名誉理事长施东方博士、副理事长施伟莲、陈华民、吕安顿，董事兼司库林慧忠，董事兼福利主任洪文坛，秘书长严长江博士，副秘书长陈光灿，外交副主任卢垂顺。在场上有马尼拉华人区发展委员会主席施正康及其公子。Chinatown News 非中新闻台综合报道。
It is my pleasure to introduce myself once more as your host. My name is 𝐼𝐶 𝐶. Thank you for tuning in, and I sincerely hope you enjoyed what you've seen. Be sure to catch the next episode of Chinatown TV next week for more exciting content.